Welcome back to Swordman Josh Gaming, and earlier on Ikoria Day on Friday I opened a collector's booster, and today we're going to open a draft booster and see what we get. Open the box topper at the end. I did go ahead and I did cut the seal earlier to make sure that there wasn't any issues with the box topper. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but a lot of these box toppers are sliding down and getting bent and stuff, and there's no protection for this box topper at all. So a lot of the box toppers are bent, so I did check my box topper the moment I got it home, but I haven't opened any of the packs. We'll see what we get. I think we're going to go ahead and just open all of them and see what we get in all of them. So Absolute Cactus opened his booster box. I managed to trade a Lurus off of him. I already got the Ozolith that I wanted, and then in one of the pre-release kits, oh, I should get that. I'll have to show it later. I'll do a deck tech on the pre-release deck that I would have ran if I would have got to play my pre-release kit. Absolute Cactus and I did our own pre-release weekend and just played up against each other. But I did get a foil Ozolith out of a pre-release kit and a Kinnan out of that pre-release and a couple of Triomes. So what I'm looking for really is I need another Lurus. And then I don't know what else I'm looking for right now. I think I have basically all of the companions. I don't have the Fiend Artisan, but let's see what we get. So these do have the pull tabs. I'm also curious what Godzilla art we can get out of these. Oop. So token on the front. Swamp. General Kudro, that was one I didn't pull. Great for a humans build, and I don't know why this camera, it used to be a whole lot better, and now all of a sudden it's just grainy as hell. It has been for the last couple of videos, but there's General Kudro, our first mythic, so we'll put him up here. There's a alternate art Parcel Beast, Huntmaster, leave a gap. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention or not, but just like it did for Theros, the EV expected out of a Theros Ikoria draft booster box is actually less than the price of the booster box, because you can get everything of value out of the collectors. So unless you're opening to play or to draft, and I like to have copies of everything in a set, there's no reason to open you're not going to make any money if you're looking to flip cards by opening a draft booster. It's just not going to happen. Tranquil Cove, we have a alternate art rare Cub Warden. I've already opened this one, but alternate art's not a bad thing to see. I guess we'll put alternate art rares and mythics up here next to our mythic pile. But where was I? Yeah, so you're not going to make any money by opening this. I open a booster box always, so that way I have the cards to play with. I don't flip the cards. I open the collector's boosters, the one collector booster, because I wanted to, not to flip the cards. I'm not selling those cards. I will trade some locally. But yeah, I open because I'm a player, and then everything else stays sealed. So I'm a sealed collector too, I guess. Is land and a Triome. So I am curious how many of these Triomes you typically get in a booster box. I'm curious if it's a full playset. So we'll move the box topper down. We're tracking a couple different things, and we happen to get them all in the first 3 packs of what I was wanting to track here. But yeah, I open because I'm a player. If I was a flipper, I wouldn't be opening this box at all. There's the Kraken token. Jungle Hollow. Ruinous Ultimatum foils. So that's our foil for the box. Hopefully we still get a chance of having more than one foil. Not the foil you necessarily want. But in terms of the ultimatums, it's probably one of my favorites. And we have a Garuda. So my pre-release promo card out of one of the packs was a Garuda. Another one was a Ryella, and then the third one was a Skycat Sovereign. Out of the three pre-release kits I've opened, and that's all I'm going to open of the pre-release kits. I don't have any more. I'm not going to buy any more. If I don't get a Lurus out of this booster box, it's going to be very questionable of whether I try to open another collector's box or whether I just leave it be. There's Lutri, the saddest elemental otter ever, that was banned before he even got a chance to shine, at least in Commander. Ominous Seas. So, like I said, there's a lot of these cards in here I'm opening because I'm a player, and I will play a lot of these in some of my Commander decks. And granted, it's typically cheaper to buy singles, but when you have 15 Commander decks like I do, and you have brews for others, sometimes it's cheaper just to open one booster box and hope you get some of the cards you want. Yadaro. Too bad I got 4 of them I just got in the mail. But that's okay. Valiant. Heartless. Yeah, the Heartless Act has been a great sideboard removal card. I do like having the pull tabs. I think the last one I opened with pull tabs was Ultimate Masters. I don't think anything else has had pull tabs. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Eerie Ultimatum. It's the ultimatums I don't like seeing in the boxes. They're one of my least favorite things. They're hard to work into Commander. They're just hard to use. I like their abilities, but they are extremely difficult to play with. Scoured Barrens. Foil Unbreakable Bond. Let's see here. I guess I'll just put this up here with the regular foils. And Everquill Phoenix. This Everquill means that I now have a copy of Everquill in every single possible of its forms, I believe. Alert Heed Bonder. I'm curious about trying to build a janky, fun deck around Vigilance and see how it works out. A standard deck. But I'm really close to having my next Pioneer deck done, and also really close to having my next modern deck done. So it's Modern Infect and Pioneer, the mono white hate bears that I put up on the channel a while back. Switchwater and Snap Decks, Apex of the Hunt. So here's Mythic number 2. Whenever this creature mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. Not bad, and it has double strike. Good keyword. So Mythic number 2. Almost a third of the way through the box. And 2 mythics, so hopefully we'll have a nice mythic-sized box. Mythos of Snapdax. Again, Love the artwork, love the ability of the cards, but hard to work into Commander unless you're playing a 3-color deck, and I just don't see me... I don't play a lot of 3-color decks. Savvy Crystal. Insatiable Hemophage. He seems to be a pretty common alternate art uncommon. That was a mouthful. A pretty common alternate art uncommon. I'm excited to get to that box topper. I may do it. I said I'd do it at the beginning of at the end, but I may do it later. So here's I haven't seen this yet. This is the companion token card, which is kind of interesting. I haven't seen this before, but nice to have one of those because I'm planning on my modern Infect deck is going to run Lurrus as the companion. Adaptive Shimmer Foil, and Bonder's Enclave. Which Bonder's Enclave for sure will find a place into my Grun the Lonely King deck. Utility land that lets me draw cards? Yes, please. Just like an Ozolith. The reason I traded for an Ozolith was I was wanting to put it into Grun. Now, I did notice one thing. These cards, the pre-release kits, they were on thick cardboard stock. And these packs, this is like regular Magic the Gathering stock, which is kind of interesting. And they also have the +1/+1 counters. The pre-release kits didn't have a +1/+1 counter. I forget what it was replaced with. Menace? No, Menace is there. Yeah, I don't remember what it was replaced with, but these are so much thinner, but I do like having them, especially the +1/+1. Blossoming Sands, and our rare is Yarion. Expect him to get banned tomorrow. Banned on my birthday. Happy birthday to me. So here's our normal copy of our card we cannot name right there. That's what he normally is. The Space Godzilla. Ugh. Throwing packs. And then I get the joy of sorting and cleaning all of this up when I get done here. Dinosaur, Forest, and Shark Typhoon. This is one that's going to find its way into my Talleyrand deck. Talleyrand just screams for this card. Escape Protocol, Easy Prey, back for more. Mysterious Eggs. I don't know if anybody's got a deck that works for this, but every single time I've tried to play it in Arena, it just doesn't pan out. It never works. There's always seems to be something better that you can put in its place. Soldier, Forest, and oh my, Foil Fiend Artisan for our second foil of the box. That's the best hit that you can get. Give me 1 second. I think I got sleeves right over here next to me. We're going to go ahead and sleeve that boy right up. Where'd I put him at? There it is. Pack 2 sleeve. Foil Fiend Artisan. And our other foil is Whirlwind of Thought. So I said you can't make money by flipping a booster box right now because the price is so low. You can if you pull a Foil Fiend Artisan. You certainly can. Whirlwind of Thought. I like this one a lot too. Bastion of Remembrance. Love that. Channeled Force. Love that card. There's just a lot of cards. I love the mechanic of them. But yeah, that Foil Fiend Artisan. That's a card to be reckoned with. If somebody can figure out how to bust Whirlwind of Thought in Standard, I think that deck could be absolutely amazing. I don't know if it'd go into the cycling deck so you don't stall out, or you run some cycling cards in it, or what you're going to do with Whirlwind of Thought, but I think it can be an amazing deck. Somebody just has to figure out what the ratios and how to play it's going to be. Huntmaster Liger alternate art foil. Inspired Ultimatum. So that gives us 3 ultimatums so far. Alternate art Lord Dracus. Yeah, I don't know what the foil Fiend Artisan's going for. The box topper's way up there, but I believe the Fiend Artisan is back up to the priciest card in the set that's in the regular draft boosters. Rugged Highlands foil. Tease me like that. Ruinous Ultimatum. So we have Eerie, Inspired, and was Ruinous our foil one? Yep, Ruinous was our foil, so there's a non-foil Ruinous Ultimatum. As a commander player, there are just a bunch of cards in here that can be very useful in the common and the uncommon slot. Now, we pulled a foil Fiend Artisan, maybe we could pull a regular one. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Hunted Nightmare. I'm curious if anybody can turn this into something, because the red-green one that makes it so that way your opponents, if they block a creature with Menace, have to block with at least 3. I can see this coming into that deck. Flourishing Fox for all of you playing those Boros cycling decks. I played Spirit Dragon in my last draft on Arena and won 3 before I lost 3. Managed to pull 2 Spirit Dragons and played Is It. But from playing draft, I have noticed that there's quite a bit of removal in this set. More so than in some of the other sets that I've played recently for drafts. Thornwood Falls and Song of Creation. I absolutely love this artwork from Noah Bradley. Love it. I wish the pull tab would pull all the way down, though. So, come on, Lurus. That's what we're looking for, is a Lurus. Just one Lurus. We've only pulled two companions right now. 1 companion. Necropanther foil. Mythos of Brokos. There's your General's Enforcer that goes with your General Kudro. Great synergy there. So, I'm actually kind of curious. We've pulled Yarion and Lutri and Gyruda. We've pulled 3 companions. Human Soldier. Rugged Highland, and Brokos, Apex of Forever, alternate art mythic. So there's our 3rd mythic for the box. Zenith Flare for the Boros cycling decks. I have a kitty cat that's going to make this a little more difficult now. I've been away for the weekend, and she's feeling needy. She likes to play Magic, too. There she is. I know everybody'd rather look at her than look at me. Swampa? Flourishing Fox, foil, and hey, what did I just say about pulling a second Fiend Artisan and it being possible? There we go, Fiend Artisan number 2. And we are going to take this one pack to sleeve also. Video evidence of pack to sleeve. Just in case anybody ever questions if I actually go to sell. I think this may have to be the clip for the video when I get to set it up. That's the best you can possibly do in these. Like I said, now I just need my lures and I'll be a happy man. I don't think there's any other major rares or mythics to pull that I haven't already got. Those collector's boosters really skew your thought process on these cards. The Ozolith regular. It gives me 3 copies of the Ozolith with one of them in foil, and they will always have a good place in Commander. Especially with all the +1/+1 counters that you throw around in Commander and everything. Dum! Another Triome. Ikoria Triome. I'm curious where these Triomes will eventually set out. Whether they will see play in anything besides Standard, being since they are fetchable. I can hope. But the comic book art of the Triomes is absolutely gorgeous. If you guys want to see the comic book art and you haven't seen somebody else open them, go back to one video back for my collector's box and you'll get to see them. Windscarred Crag and Plummet Foil and Death's Oasis. Majestic Auricorn and alternate art. You know what? Let's see what we got for this box topper. We got a third of the box left. Let's see what's in this box topper. It's not bent, which is a good thing, not that I can tell. So let's open it up and see what we get. Best card you can get out of here would be Ghidorah Full Art Foil. But let's see what we get. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He Who Shall Not Be Named Full Art Foil. We got another one of them. So that's 2 to commemorate 2020. I'm curious what the rate of this guy is on the in foil for the box topper. But there's our second one, so we are going to put him pack to sleeve also. I will have to triple sleeve him so he doesn't infect the area around here. But for right now, we'll sleeve him up. Come here. So we have had so much success with this booster box, I'm almost afraid that it's produced everything I want except for a Lurrus, and that it's going to fail me on the Lurrus. In which case, I'll just go buy it on the secondary market. Buy this last single I need. My mono white Pioneer deck runs 2 copies in the main board. We have a comic book art Indatha Triome, which is absolutely gorgeous. Our cover art for this video is going to change to the 3 of those bad boys together now. Companion card again. Windsguard and ta-dum! Lava Brink Venturer. I forgot about him. I don't have a copy of him, and he seems like a pretty fun guy to play with, especially with his ability. I don't know if he'll find a place into my Teshar deck, but I'm sure he'll find a place into one of my commander decks somewhere. I am a lover of mono white commander because everybody hates on the colors. So I have a lot of mono white. I have had at one point in time 3 mono white commander decks, 4 mono white commander decks at one point in time. I'm down to 2 or 3 right now. Bloodfell and a foil Evolving Wilds. Best card in Magic right there in foil. I just don't know how much that is. It must be like $1,000 or something. Labyrinth Raptor. I don't even remember this one. Oh yeah, I do. It's the whenever a creature you control with menace becomes blocked, defending player sacrifices a creature blocking it. Yep, I do remember this one. So this would go perfect with the one that makes it so that way menace has to be blocked by 3, and the other rare menace creature that's a 4/5. I don't know that that menace deck has legs on it to be able to play fast enough. I mean, right now the formats are just super fast. But if it could, it would be an awesome synergy to play. But that's going to start curving out on turn 2. No turn 1 plays that I can think of. And a lot of your drops are going to be in the 3 and 4 slot. I just don't know if it can make it. Island Gigantha. So there's our 4th companion. Duskfang Mentor. So let's go back here to Gigantha here real quick, because I'm curious if you use this as your commander. I'm curious how well this would be used as a commander. Not a companion, but as your commander. It's a legendary creature. To ramp out to it, and then being able to... If you put all this mana in your mana pool, I'm assuming that you can pick and choose what mana you want of it to pay non-generic mana cost, and you can use it across multiple spells. So if you have one spell that's white, blue, and 3 colorless, and one spell that's black, red, green, you can cast 2 different spells once this mana goes in your mana pool. You just have to keep track of what mana is being spent for what. I'm assuming that's the way it works, and it's not a one-tap, one spell, because that's not the way it's worded. So I think this could be an interesting commander to build around, and I've been thinking about it a little bit because it gets you back into Wooburg. There are better, stronger Wooburg commanders. I mean, everybody knows Kinrith is a tier 1 deck now, but it could be fun just to build a small little deck around Gigantha as the commander. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Tranquil Cove. Offspring's Revenge. This is one of them I don't like. I don't like exiling stuff from my own graveyard most of the time. Very few decks that you can play out of exile. Especially having to be a red, white, or black card. I guess if you're playing a keyword deck or something that has a lot of synergies with what those creatures do, it could be worth it. I don't see Offspring Revenge having any spot in Standard. In Commander, I do. There's our Shark. I'm glad to see him, because we're going to put Sharknado into Talleyrand. Mountain and Mythos of Vadrak. There's the, that's... Reptilian Reflection is one of them that I've had some beatdown from in Arena a couple times. The removal I was packing was at sorcery speed and just can't do anything about it. Human Soldiers, Swiftwater Cliffs, and Ka-chunk. Oh, Foil Perimeter Sergeant. I see a Planeswalker. Vivian. So I haven't pulled a Vivian. This is my first Vivian, and this is our 3rd mythic for the box. Well, actually, Isn't Fiend Artisan a mythic also? It is. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's our 6th mythic for the box. This has been an amazing box. And we still have 5 packs left to go. I'm starting to lose hope for my Lurus, though. But he's dramatically tanked on the secondary market, so I'll just pick him up. Alright, Lurus. There he is. I lost hope, and he decides to show up to play. That's what I like to see. There's my second Lurus, and everything I wanted from this box is complete. I have opened a collector's box, a draft booster, 3 pre-release kits, and I think I have gotten every single card I could possibly want. I didn't do nearly as good with any boosters for a while, but this one's been great. Zaggoth Triumph Regular. So there's 4 out of 5 Triumphs. With no duplicates. Pow! Unpredictable Cyclone. Gonna say, be fun, but not a fan. I'm not a fan of chaos. I've played against Warp World, and I have to admit, not a fan. Kapow! Cunning Night Bonder Foil, which means we have another one hidden. Genesis Ultimatum.